Hi everyone. Okay, so today I'm gonna kind of just dive into what's been going on. I've been very busy. I'm trying to look for a new place to move to reduce my overhead cost. That's not faring too well in the area that I'm in because everything costs about the same, and I'm trying to stay within the vicinity of where I currently live and also where the college is located. They're not too far apart from each other, and it's just not faring well. Um, but that's a whole nother issue. I've been really busy with making sure that I'm starting school the right way. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I'm going to go back to school, and they just kind of quit their job, jump into it, and then that sometimes can lead to failure. It can lead to success, but a lot of times it leads to failure. So I decided that I was going to push back starting school by just one semester. Instead of starting school in summer, I'm going to start in fall. So what that means is I'm going to start the community college to take the two intro classes that I need to start the pre-med program or the post-baccalaureate program at the university. I'm going to start that in fall, and then I'm going to start at the university hopefully in the spring semester. That way I have all my finances. And what made me really decide to do that was an alarming email that I received from the community college stating that I was close to the max allowed amount for undergrad. And I know on my last video, somebody responded, and I'm sorry, I have not even had a chance to respond back to you, but I guess this is kind of going to be the response. Um, a person had replied and said, well, oh, you could, do a master's program and then just take your pre-med classes through that. That way financial aid covers it. That's a really good idea. I kind of had considered it, but then I would still have to take the GRE. And right now, I don't feel prepared at all to take the GRE. Like I had said in another video, I had taken the GRE, but I knew I didn't want to start a master's, so I wasn't really gun-ho on studying as much as I probably should have. So, I mean, I'll still look at that option, but right now it's just not the focus or the direction that I'm trying to go in. But I appreciate the advice. It was very well welcomed. Um, but what I did find out, my mom actually has a master's in special ed, and she told me, which I knew this, but I forgot because life happens, you forget things. She did take out what's called direct plus loans, and they do have subsidized and unsubsidized federal loans. So what that means is you're still borrowing, sorry, from the government, but you are not getting it via your FAFSA that you fill out, and you're still under the same terms as you would be for a FAFSA. Like they're not going to make you pay for, your tuition loan while you're still in school, and you can still consolidate your loans at the end of finishing school. Unlike with private loans, you run into issues where creditors are a little bit harsher on making sure that you pay back, and there's not a lot of wiggle room to, put your loans in forbearance or anything like that once you get out of school, which, the ultimate goal is to be a physician. Hopefully that wouldn't be the case. I actually have undergrad loans and I've had to put them in forbearance, but up until maybe like a month or two ago, a few months, I've actually been paying on my student loans. Yes, people do pay their student loans, but um, I had to put that in forbearance because obviously I'm heading back to school and there's really no point to be paying on that. Although you can, because you're still accumulating interest, but that's your choice. So look up direct plus loans, and, definitely look at that as an option if it's saying that you're running out of financial aid via your FAFSA being filled out, because that really just alarmed me because I'm like, okay, I have no way to pay for school outside of getting loans. I'm sorry, that's just the truth. And I don't think that anybody should feel ashamed of that because that's the reality. Most people do not make enough money just to pay for pre-med and medical school out of pocket. It's just not feasible for the average person. But anyways, so I just kind of wanted to throw that out. And I just been really super busy trying to make sure that I am prepared, and so busy that I actually slammed my thumb. You can't really see it because it's actually the colors coming back to normal, but I slammed my thumb in my car door yesterday, and let me tell you, it hurt so bad. But that's what happens when you're a busy brain and you're trying to focus on moving and also focusing on school. So I'm actually a little relieved that I'll have a few more months of working full time to save up some money and making sure that I, you know, have everything in order, because I started to feel like when I saw that the community college started in what, less than 60 days, I'm like, okay, I'm definitely not ready for this. Even though I felt like I was preparing as much as possible, getting that email about the financial aid just really shocked me, because although I knew I had graduated, I had went to a private college my first 2 years of my undergrad, so I'm pretty sure that's what ate a huge chunk of the allowed amount for undergrad. If you're not sure what your allowed amount is or how much you've actually used, you can either talk to the financial aid person at the university or college that you're going to, or you can sign into FAFSA.gov. I want to say Gov, not org. Yeah, definitely Gov. Sorry. And look at the numbers. But there also is a breakdown on how many years you've attended school and undergrad and how much that money would equal per year. It does decrease every year that you're in school. So just be mindful of that. If you were like a fifth year senior before you graduated, you probably don't have as many dollars available to you. So look at Direct Plus loans before you just look at private loans, and also scholarships and grants. It's March right now, so a lot of them are coming up due. So I'm going to start, getting on top of those more aggressively. And also, it doesn't hurt to just kind of reach out to people in your community. Like, well, I won't say like just randomly walk up to people, but I probably am going to just try and send out letters and stuff to say, this is who I am, this is what I want to achieve. Are there any type of charitable things that I can contribute, and maybe in return get some type of, money towards a scholarship or a grant or anything like that. It just never hurts to ask. Would I set up a GoFundMe account? I am not above doing anything. No, I'm just kidding. But I don't know. Some people do that. That's not really my cup of tea. Never say never, because I might eat those words later. But okay, so let me know if you guys look that up or if you use Direct Plus loans. My mom used it. She didn't have an issue. You're allowed to max out the loans, although I would not really say that that's something that you should do, because keep in mind, this is not free money. You will have to pay it back or the government will get you. Bye, guys.